Welcome. In this week's video, I talk about selection sets inside of Fusion. This question came from a viewer in one of my last videos. So let's dive in and take a look. So as you've been using Fusion, you might have noticed when you've selected something and right mouse clicked, there's an option in here called Create Selection Set. So what is that and what do you use it for? Well, if you organize your browser, you won't really need to use it all that often. And you'll notice in this assembly, they have like the lower half, they've got the drawer, subassembly, etc. So it's pretty well organized. But I'm going to open this display, and you'll notice there's a whole bunch of tapping screws in here. And if it were me, I would have put these in a subcomponent called hardware, for example. But what I'm going to show is if I select all of these screws, so I click the first one, hold down my shift key, and select the last one, and then I right mouse click, I can say Create Selection Set. And you'll notice that created a new little folder here called Selection Sets. Now, if I hover over this and right mouse click, I can actually rename this. So I might call it Tapping Screws Display or something like that. Now, you'll also notice this 15 after that. And that is showing that there's 15 items in this selection set. If I hover over this icon right here, you'll notice it says Select. And if I click on that, it's going to go ahead and select all of those items that were in that selection set. And that's kind of the power behind it. It just allows you to select a bunch of items and create them almost like a group or as a set. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this, click out in the space somewhere, rotate around, and if I just come in here and click on that, I've selected all of those screws. Now, the reason I might want to do that, I'm going to turn some visibility off here really quick. I'm just going to turn a couple parts off and zoom up on here. If I grab one of these screws, you'll notice that they aren't grouped together or attached to the screen in any way, and I might want to group them together. Well, I was able to create a selection set, so I can just grab that selection set, right mouse click on one of those and say rigid group. Now, if I move one of them, they all move together. So I rigidly grouped them together. And then I could, for example, position just one of these in place, and all of the rest of them, since they're rigidly grouped, will stay in place also. So that's one way you can use it. Another way is to use them for like turning them on or off. So I'll go ahead and select the selection set and then just hit the V key for visibility on my keyboard. And now if I click in the white area, you'll notice that those are all turned off. I'll go ahead and select that again, hit the V key to turn the visibility back on, and now they're all turned back on. So this is kind of a cool way to kind of create like selection sets or groups, for example. So I could double click on these two knobs, right mouse click, and create a selection set. I'll rename this to knob or knobs. And now I have a very quick way of selecting both of those knobs instead of trying to find where they are in the subassembly. So I could select them individually from here or just select them up in the selection set. Now here's another example where I typically use the selection set is when the assembly isn't organized the way you want it to be. So here's another sample set, and I have this like Z-axis here, and we can see it's labeled Z-axis. But when I click on that, it doesn't select this item down here, and I kind of want to have all of this together. And if I click on that guy, that's this here, and it's also selecting the unit back here. And so and there might be pieces inside of here, like these small plates here, and maybe a whole bunch of hardware in there. It would take me a long time to select all of those. So what I'm going to do is create what's called a selection set. So I might orient it kind of to the side like so, and just draw a crossing window. So from right to left, I'm just going to go like this, and you can see that it's selected both like this subassembly and this subassembly. And then I'm just going to right mouse click and say create selection set. And we now have this selection set, and sure enough you can see that it has 1160 components or bodies or parts inside of that. So if I click out here and then say select, it's going to select all of those. Now, I purposely didn't select everything that I wanted because I want to show you another tip with this. So I'm going to hit V for visibility, and you'll notice that I missed some stuff. Okay, so I'm going to select my selection set, and remember this 1159. So I'm going to say select, I'll hit V for visibility. Then I'm going to hold down my Control and Shift key and draw like another crossing window like so to add to my selection. So you can see it selected some more components up here. This still says 1159, but if I come to this second icon that says update, I can update my selection set. So I'm just going to click on that, and now you'll notice it says 2031. So we just added a bunch more bodies or components to our selection set. So if I were to select this now and hit V for visibility, we've now added all of those components into our selection set. And very quickly I'm able to turn that whole unit on or off using the selection set option. So that's kind of the idea behind selection sets. Give it a try and see what you think. I hope you learned something new and enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe to be notified of upcoming videos. If you need help learning Fusion, visit my webpage at cadedllc.com. And as always, have fun learning Fusion.